Welcome back to another episode of Boom or Bust. I was gonna say Boom Bust Film Session. I keep fumbling. Welcome to another episode of the Bear Trap Film Session on the Boom Bust channel. Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host Terry, and today we're gonna look at some of our run plays from the Colts game. As you might be able to see here, we're gonna look at the first quarter. I mean, there's a lot of runs. If you watch these film sessions, 4 plays could take a good 15 minutes. So I'm not gonna be able to watch all 29. I think it was total, but we will watch the ones from the first quarter. If it goes by quick, then we'll look at the ones from the second quarter as well. But obviously, when you're talking about establishing the run, that's going to be early on in the game. So that's why I chose that. Again, if people feel strongly, feel free to let me know that you want to see something else. But that's what we're going to roll with. So let's go ahead and get this started. Actually, we go normal speed for the wide. All right, so we got I believe it was the first play of the game, and we had 2 tight ends. We motioned over to a stack formation or 2x2 with 2 tight ends, and we got a modest gain, I'll say, if we want to say that. So right now they're in the nickel. So this is kind of base, but then they got the safety up here. So now you got 8 in the box ready for the run, but we got 2 extra blockers here. And honestly, this looks like a duo. Yeah, I don't think this was inside zone. So this looks like what everybody calls a duo now from the shotgun. I don't know. I guess you call it a dive, but either way, we gonna have a combo here, kick out by Braxton, kick out by Komet, but I would assume that should be a combo, but we'll see. So it should be, the way it's set up, it should be kick out, combo to here, and then combo to here, and then combo to here. Okay, so that's fine. The tight ends go 1 for 1. I'm fine with that. And then we just get the 2 combos. Braxton's not bad. This combo with Pryor and Wright is not good. It's not moving anywhere. And he's got it split, which is good technique by the defender. If I'm coaching D-line, I'm teaching the same way. That's how I teach it. You want to kind of split that and then sit down in the chair. So because there's no movement, that ends up getting washed down. Yeah, that really, Taven Bryan just kind of blew that play up because you got no real movement on here, and honestly, that's a good play by Bryan. Right, I wish he wasn't leaning over. If he would have actually had his feet underneath him and put his hands in the right place, you could still drive him from the side. Just got to be careful not to block him in the back. So you still could have been able to push that down and everything. But I see Swift probably saw the cutback. Obviously, there's an unblocked man there. So now this is the second time, and I'm moving forward. This second time because, we might get to it, we might not. But in the red zone plays, this is the second time I've seen this. So the cutback lane is there. Like I said, I see why I did that. There is an unblocked defender, but as a running back, that's a 3rd level defender. Like, go at him. I ain't saying you got to try to truck him, but you have to make him miss. And to me, this looks like Swift just kind of gave up on the play, and he did that in the red zone too, where I'm just like, hey, you can get a yard or 2 extra if you just like actually try. So, not a fan of that. Anyway, move on to the next play. I wouldn't be shocked if it's the same play. We motion to the same formation. The only difference is you got Mercedes Lewis in instead of Everett. So, I mean, they're not lined up on it. He's off, but still, 2 tight ends to one side. Then we motion 2 receivers to the other side. And once again, we got 8 in the box. Safeties down, linebackers down and the under. So yeah, we just gotta dive. We got a hat on the hat. Combo left foot backside for the tight end, which I'm fine with, and then straight to the linebacker combo here. There's there's the extra defender, but they go hat on hat. And I think this was our best gain. Let me see. Yeah, 8 yards. This was our best gain. So that's simple football. That's good. That's what we like to see. Like I said, hat on the hat. Get downfield. And this is what creates space. This is what creates gains, to be honest, is when you have space. So like I was talking about last week, you don't want to sit and wait to catch the linebacker because you've given up all that space. If you get on the linebacker right now, even if you miss, if you get up on the linebacker 5 yards down the field, that's 5 free yards of space at least. And then if you got tight ends that do their job even for a second, that's free running space. And that's exactly what we got. Even though they closed, he was still able to make yards. So that's a good job there. But unfortunately, I think that was the last nice game we got in the first quarter. So this is, let's see. It's kind of a deuce close look that we kind of ran all game. Obviously, we saw that get blown up. We ran this formation, I should say, a lot. Excuse me. All right, let's see what we got. We got Komet, Mercedes Lewis. So they go wide on one side. They bring down the safety on the other side. Again, we got 8 in the box. So now we're doing this looks like outside zone, actually. Yeah. So outside zone, I wouldn't necessarily say off tackle, but some might call it that. Anyway, you see the aiming point is we're reading this edge. We're going to see what happens here. Now, it's a little different than inside zone. Most times, you're not going to get too many combos. So you see everybody's trying to head off their defender. And then Shelton will be going down to the linebacker, trying to head him off. And then trying to react to see what this end does. If he cuts in, obviously we keep it. And then we keep going. If he plays and tries to set the edge, then we try to hit it up here in the C gap. And yeah, let's go back because I was watching the play side. Looked like Sheldon got destroyed. Pryor gets destroyed, number one. That's the first problem. Now look, if you can't cut him off and he's just kind of there, or you head to head, that's one thing. But if he knocks you back, and if anybody gets knocked back in the zone, that causes the zone to bubble. You don't want that to happen, even in the outside zone, because if it's immediate like it is right here, we don't have time to set up the edge. And then the second issue is Shelton doesn't beat Franklin to the spot, so he's an unblocked defender. And Mercedes loses on the edge too. Because honestly, if Mercedes would have won on the edge, we still would have been able to make this. Because you can see this defender, like I said, is kind of cutting inside, so we would have been able to get out here on the perimeter. And that looks like a call because Kwity Paye is going to play inside. He's going to play inside the gap, and then the linebacker scraping over the top. We call that a hammer. We use that a lot on zone reads. But either way, that's a intended call. But look how far off he is. So if we would have just been able to handle that, Wright would have been able to get here, we would have been good. But Pryor gets knocked back. Sheldon gets knocked back. Mercedes loses. And there we go. All right, next play. Another 2x2. Modest game. Looks like a third down. Already got 2x2. Receiver is close. The other two out wide. So we got a little condensed formation here. I believe 33 is a safety. So it looks like both safeties are down. Actually, I guess I could have looked at the sideline view. Kenny's the nickel. Oh, 33 is a corner. Okay. So just one safety down, single safety. Cool. So we go back to this and see what we got. All right, so duo again, kick out, combo. I don't love the aiming point, but you know, whatever. So not a ton of movement. Grover Stewart's a monster. Again, Bryant, I think that is splitting the double team, so there's nobody to go to the backer. And this combo just, I mean, that's what I said last week. If you can't move them, stay on it. So we never get to any of the linebackers, and the linebackers make the play. But Taven Bryant, man, that's beautiful. There's some tape I need, because he's not a big dude. He's not an overly powerful guy. I need to save some of this tape for when I start coaching D-line again, or anybody, because that's literally why you tell them to split it, because they can't go anywhere. Nobody can leave. You can't leave him, because if Pryor leaves to the linebacker, he's right in the gap. If Wright leaves him backside, you got another whole gap. He's got a free arm. He could shed that and make a play. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into D-line play, but that was beautiful. All right, we got a close bunch. Then we motion to a fullback look. Get a little toss. All right, so why did that not work? I like the window dressing. I like the idea. We got an in and a wide 9, so that changes things a little bit. But again, safety's up. We got 8 in the box. These are just going to be outside zone steps. Crack back on the end. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we did this before. Crack back on the end with the tight end. Now we got 2 lead blockers. Odunze doing his best. I mean, I guess. Will we get 3 yards on that? I can't really say anyone did a bad job. Odunze did his best to get in the way. I like that. He's on the path. I mean, yeah, at that point, Swift, it's up to you, like I said, to defeat that guy. I'm not going to say how. truck, whatever you do, juke. When you one-on-one with a third level defender, I mean the offense did their job. So that's on Swift right there. All right, we got a draw play that did not go very far. I did not look at the formation, but obviously we got tight end here. They've been in wide nines all night, keeping the linebackers in the middle. Safety's creeping up, running the alley. So they faked the quick bubble or whatever. Draw play. Hat on hat. Komet coming up to the linebacker. You know what? Let me watch one more time before I feel like. I kind of feel like, and I just noticed it this morning when I was watching the Red Zone. Then today, twice I just said this already. Now it's the third time. Swift, you got to hit that hole. You got the gap. That's a one-on-one. You got to hit the gap. Look how he just kind of falls. Like, I don't know if he tripped, but this ain't the first time I seen him do this. He just falls in the gap. I mean, we saw Roshan earlier. It was two linebackers in the gap just like this. He ran hard through the arm tackles. Swift just falls. If Swift, obviously I ain't trying to say he's this, but if you think of Saquon, that's probably the best visual. The explosiveness. Hit that now. Not only do you negate these two if you hit it now, but then you got a better momentum against this safety. You could break this. I got to put that on Swift. I've been calling him Sweat this whole time. Either way, I put that on Swift. We got that bunch look again, close on the backside. We stay in it, just hand off. Decent game. And you know what? I'm already thinking we might go into the second quarter, at least a little bit, just to see what type of runs we did. Now, again, if I'm running the ball, DeAndre Carter is on the perimeter, or he's running someone off. He's not involved in blocking. That man's a liability. So tight splits, as you can see, we're a lot tighter. Nickel, safety, linebacker. So we got 8 in the box again. Well, more than 8. Well, no, 8, sorry. And looks like we're doing just straight up dive again. Matt Pryor's getting destroyed. Or no, my bad. Darnell Wright. We got a double team here. Pryor late. I don't like that double team technique. You got eyes on him. You know he's secure. In your angle, your shoulder shouldn't be turned on this combo. You know you got the space. You good. Look, you got a full extension. That should not happen. With two arms, your hips and arm, you got to move your body together. That should be one arm, planted feet, so you can step here. You can't turn here and then pivot and run here. You're not that athletic. So don't like that. Everything else was fine. Darnell just kind of messes it up. And actually, let me back this up. Odunze doesn't give a great block, but that's to be expected on the receivers. But yeah, I mean, the gap is still there. That man Swift be falling into tackles. Well, anyway, yeah, Darnell got blown up on that one. All right, moving on. Actually, I might look at some in the third quarter. Oh, Oh, my bad. I slowed it down. Minimal gain here. I can already tell it's another dive. I guess we said F that inside zone. I wonder if it was because of the tape everybody else was running against them. Okay. We got 3 linebacker base personnel, safety up, 8 man in the box. Same look again, 2 tight ends, motion to 2x2. Combo. Tight ends are gonna find some work. They combo. Taven Bryan holding on for dear life. Man, I can't wait to talk to some defensive linemen that I know on all levels and be like, look how you could wreck a game single-handedly. I mean, the fact is this double team isn't great, but, you know, it's not a ton. I mean, they just not strong enough. Because even if they combo here and this doesn't get blown up, then you probably bounce it. But because there's no gap here, obviously they don't get a combo, so there's no gap there. And then the tight ends, really, you want them, if things are going well, they should just kind of flash block because you don't expect them to do a ton. So yeah, not a lot that can be done there, but Roshan does his best running hard. Okay. We get a little pro formation using the tight end at fullback. And we do have a fullback. He's been inactive these last 2 games, in case people didn't know. I don't know if, you know, it's a very Seattle thing to use the tight end as fullback. So I don't know if that's something we doing on purpose or out of necessity. But either way. So this time we got 9 in the box. They lead a corner over here, which means it's zone more than likely. But either way, we're running the ball. So we motion close. Going crack back. Now, why don't you do this with the end? I don't know. I mean, the tight end. Why don't you replace Komet over here and then have Odunze out here off the line close? Or on the line close so he can crack back, but whatever. So Dunze has crack back, doesn't go well. But still, same thing. Perimeter play. DJ Moore's not bad right now. He's giving us a chance, but so let me go back. Yeah, so we're on the hash. So we're running this. I mean, look, the NFL hashes are small, but still you're running this to the short side of the field. And so you're running a perimeter play to the short side of the field. We got a receiver crack back instead of a tight end. I would argue Odunze would be much better over here on that DN. And again, DJ Moore is not bad. Odunze doesn't help. But we don't have enough space. And then the fullback has to help with Odunze's player. So again, you're just kind of running out of space. So you got to cut it back and we got to unblock defender. And he's a backside pursuit. I mean, Pryor isn't making that. He should. That's his guy, but he's not able to make that. So we got to unblock defender. Now, if Odunze takes that guy out, then you got Everett able to come lead up here. Maybe you could, string him out and cut it up. But either way, he just kind of ran out of space. All right, I think that's the last play of the first quarter. Let's see. 10 plays in the second, 4 plays in the third. I'm gonna go with the 4 plays in the third. I'm curious as to what we were running after halftime. So bunch look again. Handoff, modest gain. Safety's up again. Nickel, 8 in the box. Got a little bunch formation. 2 tight ends here. No motion. Again, kind of combo. I wish Everett went right now to that linebacker. You'll see him hesitate. As in, like, should I combo? But, and you know, I get it, but that's the run blocking rules y'all gotta understand. I mean, he's heavy inside. So unless he gives you something where he's coming out here, and he's not really, because really, I mean, really, unless he crosses your face, you should leave him alone because he's taking himself out of the play. He's getting into this gap. We just gonna seal him off. So Everett, you get to that linebacker now, because it should be combo to here, combo to here. Everett, that's you. So, and Zaire's the type of guy, obviously, that will make a play real quick. He'll come downhill. One of those few linebackers in the league. Combo here. Again, good job splitting it. But still, I mean, they get there, but there's no space. And I don't know what happened on this other side. Just no movement. Probably Grover Stewart or Raekwon Davis. No movement, so they don't get their combo. Yeah, and Zaire blows that up. I'm curious to go back and see the Colts footage from the last few weeks. Like, why were they? Because they are typically a really stout run team, as we can see. All right, we run a jet. I'm sure some people. Oh, that was Odunze. I thought that was Everett. I was about to say, I'm sure some people won't love that. So we run a weak side jet. We got a bunch formation here. Now, they've been in wide nines all game. Am I right? That's what I've been pointing out. So they're in the wide nine, which is fine. You can probably kick that up, turn it up. Let's see what we do. Again, weak side jet. Do we go against the jet? Or we zone? No, we zone that way. Tevin's first step is bad. Tevin steps the opposite way. I mean, everybody's comboing. Maybe it was just a combo, but from what I've seen, anytime you run the jet, it's supposed to be a zone. Now, this is Odunze not being a runner, because this is where you want to go. Even pre-snap, I mean, wide nine in the alley. The angles here for the tackle, this is where you want to go. And then obviously, if you do that, you got to make somebody miss. And this ends stupid. I'm not going to lie. Because really, Odunze had it easy. He had it one-on-one. That end should have been here too to make it harder, but he clearly doesn't know where the ball is. So, yeah. I don't like that. Have no idea why they were doing zone, but okay. Our emotion 2x2 again. That one looks more like an inside zone. See what we got. 2 tight ends. Motion over. Base. Safety's down. Not in the box though. Corner is, but whatever. Yeah, this is an inside zone. Zaire coming to blow that up, but that should hit right here. What is Swift doing? Or maybe it wasn't an inside. I don't know. The footwork tells me inside zone. The handoff doesn't. I don't understand it. The open B gap is the B gap is open. This is where inside zone hits. Like, that doesn't matter. This matters. And they got what they were supposed to do. I mean, Wright doesn't do a great job, but still, he got enough. Whew! So I don't know what the teaching point, what the call is on there, but yeah, that was not great. And I think this is the last one. Another perimeter play. See, 3 tight ends this time. And we go to the weak side. So you expecting them to be maybe overloaded here. They're not. We got 2 guys to the edge. And again, this is where you have to have alternatives. At this point, look. And again, I am not trying to make it seem like I'm some all-world anything. But there was a year that I coached where I did multiple tight end playbook. And so for me, this was back in the Alabama days when that was real popular. So a lot of 12 personnel. But obviously, as I said, when you got that, you got extra gaps. So, but either way, similar to Madden, you want to have alternatives. And so what we built in the offense is we'll call a play, but we have, again, you can go left to right, but you also got A gap, B gap, C gap alternatives. And so very simple. All our B gap plays had started with a B, blast, belly, whatever, C, A, whatever. And so whatever you call, I don't care what you call it, you have some type of alternative. And so so that way my quarterback comes up to the line, he knows we're going C gap. We're out leveraged. They're not over flanking. They got a wide 9. First of all, they've been running wide 9 all game. So what does wide 9 mean? Wide 9 means they're not bumping anybody outside for the tight end. They're bumping the D end out, which means, if anything, you run a C gap play here. So again, whatever the play is, we could call it Ollie, 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 which means opposite. We could call it Lucy, 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 means flip it left. Whatever. We could go bingo, 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 and now it's a B gap play. And so, like, I don't understand. I really don't. And this would be perfect to run power out of, but whatever. So we run the play anyway. So I did all that talking and we motioned and they bumped, but still. So they bumped a little bit. That's cool. Gives us the gap. Well, that was the safety. They still got a corner out here. Yeah, so we were out leveraged by 3 people. Because he's head up on the tight end. So he's not outside or inside. So we already got 1. There's 2. And then there's a corner over there. So what I said stands. So anyway, we get that block. Yeah, I mean, we out leveraged. That's why you lose. The guard's not making that play. The guard is not making that block. I don't care. Well, I do. I mean, some guards could, but our guard is not making this block. Yeah. That's just a numbers game. Sad. Real sad. Okay, that was it. That was it. So, yeah, in terms of the run game, like, there's a lot of talk. As I said in the recap, there's a lot of talk. Man, we should be running more. Why we don't run more? I said we can't run. Or I say we can, but our run game isn't working. And there's some people that will still, push back against that And so that's why we go to the film. But this is the third week I've shown you the run game is not working. And again, so, that sounded ridiculous. This is, I was going to say this is four returning guys, but Pryor is in this year. So, or this week, but still mostly guys that were part of a great run game. So again, got to be scheming coaching. Got to be scheming coaching. But anyway, that's it for me. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.